All right, before we get into the next segment, I'd like to take the time to thank our sponsor, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's get into SeatGeek. Now, I am happy that we do have a partnership with SeatGeek. Now, SeatGeek gives you a 0 out of 10 score on each ticket if you are looking to purchase a ticket. SeatGeek is pretty good at giving fair deals. They'll give you, and when you try to buy a ticket with SeatGeek, it'll light up green for good and red for bad on the app or the website. That's pretty good for a lot of ticket buyers that want to get their money's worth while purchasing tickets. You can also use our promo code on the hop in all capital space, no lowercase. We get $20 off your first purchase. You could use our promo code on the hop to go to any future NFL games, as we're in the midst of the NFL season. NBA season is right around the corner. You could cash that in on your first purchase as well. MLB playoffs are here. We're approaching October for the MLB playoffs, to go to a concert or to possibly go to what I'm going to follow up in the next segment here in the WWE Bad Blood. If you're going to be the area of Atlanta, Georgia, you could use that to get to the pay-per-view this weekend by using our promo code on the hop and all capitals, no lowercase. Get $20 off your first purchase with helping us out with our new sponsor, SeatGeek. But let's get into the next segment here. I'll be sharing my WWE Bad Blood pay-per-view predictions. So I'll be going over the whole entire card of what predictions I do will transpire on the card. Let's start off with match number 1 here. Nia Jax will be defending her women's title against Bayley. Now, the story for this match is Bayley getting the rematch after losing her women's world title to Nia Jax at SummerSlam. She defeated Naomi in a number 1 contenders match last Friday night on SmackDown, so she has earned the right to get this championship opportunity against the champion, Nia Jax. Now, I do believe that this match should be as good as their match that they had at SummerSlam, and it could be even better because I do believe that the in-ring chemistry is actually pretty good between Nia Jax and Bayley. I do believe that during this match we could see some outside interference between Naomi and Tiffany Stratton as they both try to help their respective friends to win the match. But I do believe that Nia Jax will retain her women's world title here against Bayley. But do not be surprised if Tiffany Stratton tries to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase here because of the ongoing storyline that has been going on between between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Money in the Bank cash in here during the match to make it a triple threat match or after the match. So let's get into the next match here. You have Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Now, the Judgment Day storyline has actually been great for Monday Night Raw. How the Judgment Day kicked out Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor the same night they kicked them out of the group at SummerSlam, costing both respective. Let's go back here. The Judgment Day kicked out Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, costing them World Heavyweight title opportunities at SummerSlam, costing them world title matches. And the rest is history, with Finn Balor being the leader of the group and Liv Morgan now inserting herself into the group to be alongside Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Carlito. But I think it's been very interesting to see how Finn Balor has taken over the group. And you have the Terror Twins now of Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest being by each other's sides. But I do believe that this story between Finn Balor and Damian Priest has so much more to offer. And that is the reason why I'm going with with Finn Balor to win the match against Damian Priest at WWE Bad Blood. Their in-ring chemistry in the past has been pretty good, so I do expect this to be a pretty good match, with Finn Balor getting interference from the Judgment Day to help him get a victory against his former ally, former friend, and Damian Priest. Now, let's go on to the next match here. They're going to have Liv Morgan defend her women's world title against Rhea Ripley. Now, I will say this story between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley has been very, very good. And it started off with Rhea Ripley being injured the night after WrestleMania by Liv Morgan. And that forced Rhea Ripley to vacate the women's world title. And that left the door open for Liv Morgan to finally become women's world champion again when she defeated Becky Lynch at the King and Queen pay-per-view with the help of Dominic Mysterio. And she actually got the help of Dominic Mysterio again when she defeated Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam to retain that women's world title. So this has been a great storyline that has been transpiring between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And the match is going to be so good because this time Dominic Mysterio is going to be behind bars, being held above the ring in a shark cage to not help Liv Morgan win this championship match. So I do believe it's going to be a great match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. But I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley to regain the women's world title that she never lost, because Dominic Mysterio this time will be unable to help out his woman, Liv Morgan, win the match. So therefore, I do believe that Rhea Ripley will regain the women's world title that she never lost. Should be interesting to see where the storyline goes, because I do believe the storyline will continue between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Now, heading on to the next match, you have Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teaming up to take on Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Now, I am really enjoying the storyline of Roman Reigns so far. It seems like he's having this edge of everything to gain but nothing to lose at this point, because all the weight has been lifted up off of his shoulders. He's lost the WWE title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. He's lost his bloodline. He's no longer in control of the dominant, one of the most dominant factions in WWE history. He's watched Solo Sikoa take over as the bloodline leader, the head of the table. And he's watched the bloodline wash their hands free, taking out Jimmy Uso, taking out the wise man Paul Heyman. And now we've seen Roman Reigns look in a direction of looking out for help to an enemy in Cody Rhodes, because he has nobody to lean on at this point. Hell, he don't even have his own cousin, Jey Uso, to lean on, as he's on his solo run on Raw as the Intercontinental Champion. But I think this is going to be a fun tag team match. I do believe that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will win. It's going to be a good tag team match. I do believe that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes will be off the same page at times. So that's going to be something to look out for in the match. I want to see how the finish is going to be, because all four of these wrestlers need to be booked very strong for the future. So I want to see who takes the pin in this match. I want to see how the finish is written for this match, because really nobody can afford to be pinned in this match. But we're going to see how this falls out. I am excited to look forward to that match. And the final match on the card, we're going to see CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre inside of Hell in a Cell. Now, I've said this time in, time out when I've talked about this feud. This has been the best wrestling rivalry in wrestling all 2024. And all of wrestling promotions this year, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's storyline, their feud has been the best in all of wrestling. Started at the Royal Rumble when Drew McIntyre tore CM Punk's tricep. And Drew McIntyre stole CM Punk's dream, winning the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 40. And that has led to CM Punk costing Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight Championship not once, not twice, but 3 times. And that has led to them having 2 matches. Drew McIntyre winning the first match at SummerSlam, Punk winning the second match at Bash in Berlin. So now this is the final match in the rivalry that will be decided in Hell in a Cell. I think it's going to be a good match. This could be the best match, one of the best matches of both of these respective wrestlers' careers. But I'm going to go with CM Punk to win this match. I do believe it's appropriate for Punk to get the win inside of Hell in a Cell, and this could advance him to a future feud with Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, possibly as early as Survivor Series. So I just think the direction of how this feud has gone, it's appropriate for CM Punk to win the feud and move on to better things after this feud with Drew McIntyre. And the same could be said for Drew McIntyre. But this has been my favorite feud by far in 2024. But that is my WWE Bad Blood predictions for this weekend in the world of wrestling.